Good morning to everyone. It's Jacob here, and today I'm going to do a Q&As. Oh yeah, Q&A. I've been collecting a lot of questions during this week, and it's basically just Q&A. That's how it sounds. That's how it is. And I would like to thank you, obviously, everyone from the team from Find That Lead, from Christian, Danny, and Juanjo for being so amazing and always next to me. Also, Pau. And let's go, man. Well, firstly, today, I would like to talk a few things about questions and answers, a few things about emails and questions I've been receiving. Q&A with love from my heart to you, and anything else, guys. If you have any more questions, just keep answering them, just keep saying hi, and just keep pushing it. I'm not going to be seeing it because I use other software, but guys, super happy that you talk while I'm talking to myself, because this is going to sound a little bit monologue. Yes, and I started with a song today this morning from Pharrell Williams, which I really like. And one little hack that I have, every time I send an email, I do a loom and I use Pharrell Williams Happy. It's actually really tricky, cheesy, yes, but it makes me feel happy, because whatever you tell to your brain is whatever you will say to your customers. And if you feel happy, I'm very sure customers will like to work with you. Anyway, let's go for the business, and let's go for what is really important. And it's the questions I've been getting this week from everyone here in the group. I've been collecting them, and let's go for them, guys. Yes, someone said hi. Let me just see how these things work, because sometimes I'm getting, okay. Christian, Danny, Matthias, thank you very much for being here. Anything else, just give me a shout and I will be here. First question I have of today: what tool is good for mass mailing except for Gmail? It's a funny question. Let me write it for you here, that while I'm talking to you, you have it here. What tool is good for mass mailing except for Gmail? Well, the idea of the question, what tool is good for mass mailing? Yes, I will go like that. And what tool is good for mass mailing? Seriously, I would say no tool is good for mass mailing. Anything that's called mass mailing, it didn't sound very good. But if you're doing outbound marketing, and in any case you want to send, I would recommend you not to send more than 400 emails a day for every alias, but with Google G Suite, you can set up to 1,500. You can do a lot of things, like number one, you could do SMTP server to send emails, which they probably end up in spam, or they will probably end up on nowhere because they will not be delivered. If you're making your own SMTP, it's very hard. It's easy to make, yes, but it's very hard to keep it if you want to send a lot of emails. It will be even called as a spam. Guys, it's very important that you use real emails, you use real people, because it just doesn't work. Okay, number one, tools for sending mass mailing, I would say, without having the opt-in, I'd say one, make a G Suite account, 10 alias, and then send between 500 and a maximum of 1,000 emails for every alias. You can connect to Gmail, campaigns for Find That Lead. You can also use Mailshake or Woodpecker or any other tools which are amazing. Okay, but recommendation: do not send mass mailing. Do not send big groups of emails. Take this because it's getting hot in here. do not send too many emails, because if the emails are good, you're not going to be able to answer. Remember, when you make emails, you need to be aiming to have, I don't know, 50 to 40% opening rate, 15 response rate. Any higher is better, any lower is shit. Change it, stop it. That's what I want to tell you. If you send 10,000 emails and you have like over 1,000 responses, you're not going to be able to answer. Make sure your emails are super mega short, one call of action specific for every email, and things like that. Guys, make sure your emails are full of love. You know, I always say, and it seems like I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Send emails with love, because this is what matters to everyone. Make your day full of love. Yes, it sounds a bit tricky, but it's not tricky. It's real. That's how it is. Yeah, let's go for another simple question that I have here. Is it important that subject lines of the email should be related to the body of the email? Okay, let me type here the question. Is it important that the subject line of the email should be related to the body of the email? No. And yes. Okay, yeah, no, and yes, super simple. Let me explain. Your subject lines are probably, a good subject line will give us a good opening rate, a good body will give me a good response rate. What we want is responses. Subject lines are very important, they're very good, but let me tell you what has worked for us in the last few weeks. We've been doing a few promotions for some companies, and I done some subject lines. Can we talk? Call up 5, then the name, then first letter of an acronym, and the second letter of another word, like first letter of the company, second letter of the company, or just like single words divided by a dot. This works very well. Usually what I do is kind of like, sometimes I do like a funny thing, like 10,000. And then it's like, hi Gerard, I really love what you do on your company. Can I call you tomorrow? And I would say a small line under the signature saying $10,000 is how much you lost by not using Find That Lead. Boom, you just connected the subject line and the body in the end of the signature. Just make things creative, just make things with love, things that you would like to learn, not too tricky, not too cheeky, but it's smart. Make them smart without being too cheeky. Okay, this is super important, because whenever you connect subject lines and body, you're using creativity. Please don't do follow-up email from Web Summit. Okay, no. Don't tell everything. This is like, someone is just going to give you time to read your email, then you need to really work on it. Okay, make sure you work on it. Doesn't have to be hours of work. You can even do mistakes, but put like the full intention of it. Okay, let's go for second one. Yeah. How many emails would you recommend to send in one day? It's another funny question I've been asked a few times before. Okay. How many emails would you recommend to send it today? Well, for everyone just watching this, today it's Thanksgiving. Okay, congratulations to everyone and have an amazing Thanksgiving. I just remember, guys, enjoy your turkey and everything else. Anyway, let's go for the thing. How many emails would you recommend to send in one day? Okay, let's say from what I do for my customers and for what I see from my experience, it's super easy. I would do what we do, okay? This is based on my recommendations. Is I would buy a domain, warm up at that account, and send between 150 to 600 maximum emails per day, depending on the time the domain is being open. If it's a new domain, I would say after 1 or 2 months, I'll send about 300 emails for every alias of the domain. Okay, you get the alias, and then you get you get the domain, and then you get one alias. G Suite allows us to send 1,000 between 500 and 1,000 emails per every alias. Okay, and what I want to tell you is you can buy 10 alias for that domain, or 15 or 20 or as many as you need. I would recommend you to buy 10 alias for one domain, and then you can send a maximum of 1,500 emails. But if you go way below, like between 200 and 300 maximum with a lot of responses, boom, you can send like between 3,000 or 15,000 per day with no problems, but make sure you get a lot of responses. This is how we do it, and this is how we love people doing it. My recommendation is do not send more emails that you can answer. Imagine that the 10% of that list is going to answer you. Would you be able to answer 3,000 emails in one day? We couldn't answer so many, then we send much less. Can you answer 500 emails in one day? Yes, then send 5,000 emails, which is like the 10% average, okay? Never exceed the 10% of what you're sending. Let's say that's the average, okay? It could be changing, obviously. Sometimes you have amazing emails that have 90% response. It doesn't happen very usual. The average will be 10, 20 maximum. Can you answer 20% of the emails you're sending? If it's yes, go for it, guys. If it's no, obviously no. In my case, I cannot go exceed over 10% of the emails that we send. Yes, let's go. What emails do you send when you users just sign up? Okay. I'll go again for another question on how many emails. Okay, this will be more about the funnels and the registrations on the email, which I'm not a real expert. What emails do you send when your new users just sign up? Okay, we use a tool called Crisp. Crisp is probably, we're pretty happy about it. It's kind of like the simpler version of Intercom.io. If you have the money, go for Intercom. If not, you have a cheaper version called Crisp, which is pretty good. And how we do it, we give a funnel of 6 emails based on some triggers that they do when they join the platform. And the most important for us that the user knows everything about Find a Lead, because we have so many features that it's no point to invade them before they join, to tell them what tools do we have, how good they are, because the important in a company is not what do you do, it's how you do it and why you do it. And in here, what we want is helping people to communicate and to find better customers, and that's the idea. Okay, we do have a lot of features, but I want you to show you the power of it by using Find that Lead. Also, what I would recommend in this type of promotions, and I would call it more email marketing. This is like once the user goes into your platform, what you do with it. I think this Aaron Kroll has an amazing group about it. The guys from ClickFunnels as well. Guys, make sure you have a proper funnel set up. It took me years to make my own. It's not the best, but it's something that we're working on it. Okay, when a user for us sign up, make sure you give them bit by bit, based on triggers, what they need. Don't push it everything to them, and certainly don't spam too much to them. One email the first week, do not ever send more than 4 emails, and slowly take it easy. It's going to be a long process. Just make sure you send the emails with love. I sign all the emails and I try to see what are the responses on them. David, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Aquí David Macías, un top. David, I'm happy that you promote your tool, man. Anyway, let's keep going. Q&A. How do you warm up your domains? Okay, here's Danny. Danny, come. Danny, it's shy today.
Hello.
Where are you, Danny? It's not showing up. It's somewhere here.
The delay.
It's a massive delay. Well, hey, aquí Danny. Thank you, Danny. He is an amazing part of the team. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, let's keep going. I would just say, how do you warm up your domains? Okay, and second question, which I'd be very thankful. And then, how do you warm up my domains? Okay, this is probably one of the most secret questions, and I'm not going to explain the full. No, I'm joking. Okay, how do I warm up my emails? Number one day I think we should have a full conversation with Christian, who is the co-founder and the CTO of FindThatLead. Domains. I would just say, number one, buy a domain, use name.com, which is much easier to set up SPQs and DKMs and all that. He usually does it. I'm not very good at this. And then I would just get G Suite account by 10 alias. That means 10 names. G Comte, Gerard Ad. Just make sure you buy 10 accounts, 10 emails, pay $4 or $8 for every email that you create, and make sure they are like divided on the inside of the domain. Don't just create alias. What I want to say is just create proper emails for every domain. And then what you have to do is send emails to specific lists and make sure everyone's answered to those emails, okay? Or second, what about if you just send small campaigns, very small, 10, 15, 20 emails per day with every account, but make sure you have answers and make sure the emails are very short to get quick answers. Like, can I call you tomorrow at 10? Things like this. And then you do it very slowly, a lot of love, a lot of like, it's a baby growing up. The domain is like a baby growing up. If you put water, don't put too much, not too little either, let it grow. Once it grows, the domain will go by itself. This is happening to us now that we have domains that had like for 4 or 5 years. Oh, they're amazing. If you have a good reputation in a domain, you can send up to 15,000 emails. You will never go to spam if you have a good response rate. And this is super. Oh, thank you, Christian. SPF and DKM. Yeah, he's amazing. Anyway, how do you warm up domains? Here is the full answer. I have a second question here popping up, and oops. Okay. Let me get it on for you. Okay. If my email is landing, okay, someone, nice. If my email is landing in receiver's promotional tab, is right to send them a personalized email? Well, I think it got cut up. Wait, sorry guys, I think it got a little bit wrong, the email. Hi. Okay, let me change that. Somehow but if my email is landing in the receiver's promotional tab, is it right to send them a personalized email, ask them to move it to the primary tab? Well, let me tell you, if your email is landing to promotions on G Suite, you fucked it up, okay? You probably done it wrong. I would not recommend you to send a fucking second email that will go to promotional tab and telling them, hi, I'm so fucking stupid. Can you please change my fucking email and change it to promotional tab, okay? Don't do it. It just looks ugly. It looks ugly. What can you do? Okay, here the problem is before you prepare the email campaign, number one, if you send emails with MailChimp, if you send emails with MailChimp or any other tools that use their own servers, SendGrid as well, or like any transactional companies will go to promotional tabs. Yes, just make sure. I see. I disappear. Christian is here coming, helping me. I think it's because, wait. It's a massive delay.
Hi guys.
Good that Christian came and helped me, man. I could be talking for ages. Anyway, not funny. I don't know what I touch. Anyway, let's go for question number 3. And what is the biggest content mistakes you ever made? Okay. What is the biggest cold email mistake that you made? Yes, and it's something that I like to be sharing to people. I'm not going to take too long because it's a very sad story, but let me tell you. A few years ago, I was working with my dad, and we had one big project for, it was a corporate project, and then it was a $30,000 project. Within that time, was just like, wow, it was like impossible. And I was just going to send that email. I was preparing for like a lot of hours. Everything was ready. I put the Excel sheet with everything. Like, that's it, man. I had the fucking bigger deal just with a company with my dad. I was super happy. Boom, I shoot the email, and something was not right. Then I just like, I went to check the email out. I opened it. I was like, fuck, I had put the fucking wrong Excel sheet. On the Excel sheet I added to them was all the information about my suppliers, everything that I knew about that project was in there. Basically, they just had all my suppliers, not just that. They had all my prices and how much margin I was making on it, which it was a fortune. Well, obviously what happened was they just canceled the project. Even the I advised, well, that's it, fuck it, man. So you fucked it up. If you ever send an email and you fucked it up, that's it, accept it. Accept it that you just didn't check thing enough. After that, I left my father's company. It was very depressing time, just to let you know, guys, and this is the power of email. Email can really, really fuck your life. But in the same time, I can tell you I had a beautiful experience because on the last few years, thanks to email, I can tell you I make, I would say for myself and customer, millions of dollars. And this is real. This is beautiful how much money you can make with emails and outbound and contacting new customers. But seriously, at the same time, email used wrongly can really fuck up your life. Okay, guys, make sure that you send emails with love. Make sure that you check the PDF. Make sure that you check the links that you're sharing, because sometimes they could be wrong and then you will fuck it up. You only shoot once with the email. You cannot shoot twice. Okay. Okay, a nice question I just got here. And does everyone at Finditly send emails with love? Well, I think so. I think so. I'm very sure we really have to put. Okay, there is a story here with Christian that we say a lot is, are you a pig or you are a chicken? And the story comes because some years ago, or in an imaginary place, a pig and a chicken decided to make a bar. And in that bar, the chicken say, I'll put the eggs for like serving to customers. And he said to the pig, you put the bacon and then we'll do fried eggs with bacon, which is a nice meal. I mean, it's a fatty cholesterol meal, but it's a nice meal. Well, the thing is, the pig said, what? I need to put my skin. Basically, I really need to be committed while you just put the eggs. And what I want to tell you is your company, what do you have in your company? Pigs or chickens? People who's really committed, who really lose their skin for your job, or just like, yeah, I come to the job, do 9 to 5, and fuck off. Well, in this case, I just want to say, yes, everyone in Finditly, or at least from my perception, send emails with love. We send them with full commitment to what we're doing. We do have a clear vision on the way we're going, and we put all the love and passion for it. Okay, I will answer to this. Yes, we put all the love, even that sometimes could be communication is very dry, but we put full commitment in what we do because we take it very serious to be helping over 100,000 users of we have today. And this is very beautiful, Love is not only I love you and being so love. Sometimes it's just like my father or my mother when I was a kid. They sometimes told me off, and they were hard on me, but they still loving me. Okay, that means if you have a colleague or a supplier that it's hard on you, but you know they're doing criticism, they're giving it you like the good energy, they're doing it with love. Okay, it's a good example because I have a customer from a corporate. Okay, he's just like so hard on me at the moment because he wants me to be successful for the company. And this is a massive car manufacturer. We're talking a huge project for us. And my contact, it's very hard. Seriously, I like last time I went to the office, I nearly came out crying because I was like, fuck, I'm going to lose the project. But he's there helping me every time, talking to me, making sure that I have everything ready for them for the next time we meet. Okay, this guy is full of love to make sure Find the Lead works amazingly. Just to make sure everything, just make sure everything is ready and that you send comments with love. Okay, we have another question from Timur Kremenstesky, which I talked to him last week, and let me just write here. Timur Kremenstesky, hi, awesome people. How do you track your marketing results and strategies? Timur, I have one important recommendation. Do not track too much. It's called paralysis by analysis. And this could be like a big problem in the companies. I would just, my biggest, and it sounds a little bit strange, but one of my most important KPIs, and I do not check, I only check once a month, it's how much money we have on the bank. After paying all our expenses, how much money is keeping on the bank? This could be number one KPI. Number two, how many daily registrations? Number three, how many daily active users we have, how many total users we have. We use different tools, Chartmogul for the payments, which is not very good, but that's what we use. And then HIP Analytics at the moment, we also used to use Mixpanel. Any tool works. I think Profitwell is also doing amazing tool. Anything works, but I would just go to yourself and say how much I'm checking. Obviously, I have my metrics for emails and outbound, but about the whole microeconomics of my business, I would just tell you most four important KPIs is how much money I have on the bank, daily active users, new registrations, and total of users that Find the Lead. Make sure you do not check too many things. The important is not checking. I would say overall, it's important that if you do a promotion, you know your numbers, but do not be too focused on the results. Be too focused on the process. What I want to tell you is just give it all while you're doing it. And you will, I know sometimes I do things, I don't have a great feedback or great numbers, but sometimes I do it for the sake of learning how to do it. And this is super important. Okay, guys, today a short one. Now it's time to say goodbye to everyone. Remember to send emails with love every day, all the time, to everyone. Be thankful. And to everyone in the US, and if you're not in the US, but you're celebrating Thanksgiving, all the love for you guys. Share the love with your family, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. You're awesome people. Thanks for listening, and see you soon.